Something you don't want while out in the woods camping is to go hungry.
My father gave me Montana.
So I want to tell you a couple of those tips and tricks that I use to help make the process of packing for a camp trip a little bit easier, specifically when it comes to the food that you are looking to take with you. Now, packing for food, anything and everything under the sun that you might typically eat on a day-to-day basis, you can make out in the woods. The trick is to make something that you enjoy and that you will have plenty of energy to get you further down the trail or off to your next adventure. The things I enjoy eating while camping typically include hot dogs, hamburgers, steak, some veggies cooked over a campfire, and then just for the ease of it, dehydrated meals. Typically because they do a really good job of making something that's pretty tasty. When it comes to breakfasts, I like to eat oatmeal, eggs, cheese, and sausage, or biscuits and gravy. Those are my three big go-tos that I will typically have on a 3-day camping trip. The eggs, cheese, and sausage are just delicious. And if you want something that's tasty, that is really simple to put together ahead of time, toss into a cooler, and then when you're ready to make it, about 15 minutes, and it's all ready to go, you just gobble it up. And then, by far, my favorite thing to eat around the campfire in the morning is biscuits and gravy. And that's because it brings back this rustic, rough, wild, mountain man kind of feel. When you're out in the woods, you just need a little bit more fat and a little bit more protein, and that meal is quite heavy on those two things, and it really does give you the energy to push through the day. Now, lunch is something I typically limit and keep simple while I'm out on the trail. Why? Because I'm typically too busy or too distracted to really think about what I want to eat. I usually reach for some snacks, like some protein bars, nuts, cheese, simple, straightforward. If I'm out for a long period of time, typically it will be sandwiches like peanut butter and jelly, or the big one is tuna and crackers, because tuna has an incredible amount of protein. Just scoop it up with the crackers and there's pretty much no cleanup. Now, dinner is going to be hot dogs, hamburgers, or steak. You take something to grill over the fire, cast iron pan or skillet, toss it into the hot coals, let it warm up, and then you can put in whatever kind of meat that you're planning on cooking up. Steak is great because you only have to heat it up a little bit. You get a nice sear on all the sides, toss a little bit of salt and pepper on there, and after that's done cooking, you toss in some asparagus or some other vegetables, cook those down a little bit, and you could serve it right out of the skillet or the pan and eat it very hot. And man, does it go well with just a hint of smoke from the campfire. The one that I typically reach for though, if I'm in a rush or it's been a day or two, is hot dogs with mac and cheese. Cook up some mac and cheese, and about 90% of the way through that, chop up some of your hot dogs, toss it in there, and now you got a delicious, fast protein with cheese and carbs. It's simple and it's cheap, and that really does go a long way. The last thing though, specifically because it's easy and it's pretty affordable, is a dehydrated meal, because all you need is some hot water. Put a little bit of hot water in the packaging, let it set for 20 minutes, and there you have a very tasty meal that took no effort at all, and you can sit there and watch the sunset and then just admire the views that you have at your campsite. I'm gonna get back to watching my stream and maybe have a snack of my own. But if you found this helpful at all, please hit that like, subscribe to watch more, and we'll see you on the next one here at Empty Spaces.